Hello and welcome to Express News. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. My name is Abhishek Mahajan. We'll start with the top story. The western Indian state of Gujarat is experiencing a flood-like situation with heavy rainfall continues for past 3 days. The Met Department has issued a red alert for multiple districts in Gujarat, warning people of more downpours in the coming days. The National Disaster Response Force and State Disaster Response Force teams have been deployed to increase the pace of the relief operation. Army, Air Force and Coast Guard are also deployed to assist the rescue and relief work. The situation is worse in Vadodara as the city grappled with flooding after the Vishwamitra River, which flows through it, breached its banks and entered residential localities, inundating buildings, roads and vehicles. In response to severe flooding in Vadodara, Prime Minister Narendra Modi once again held a telephonic conversation with Gujarat CM Bhupendra Patel on Thursday morning. Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel held a meeting with district officials on the flood situation and flood-affected areas. An inter-ministerial central team has started on-the-spot assessment of wreckage due to floods in 4 districts of northeast Indian state of Tripura. Delhi NCR also received incessant rainfall accompanied by thunderstorms and lightning in the early hours of Thursday. With the world trying to find out ways to deal the problem of climate change, Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India organized ASSOCHAM Environment and Carbon Conference in New Delhi. Minister of State for Environment, Forests and Climate Kirti Vardhan Singh participated in the inaugural session along with leaders from the domain of sustainable development. The Election Commission of India will issue notification for the second phase of Jammu and Kashmir Assembly polls, in which constituencies will be going for the polls on September 25th. 3 terrorists have been neutralized in a joint operation in Kupwara district in the northern Indian Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Assam Rifles along with Indian Army, Border Security Force and Manipur Police carried out a swift and coordinated operation in Sekmaijin area of Kakching district in Manipur. Indian Cabinet approved 3 major railway projects connecting 4 states. This includes 2 new line projects and 1 multi-tracking project with a cost of 6,456 crore. The Indian Medical Association suspended the membership of former RG Kar Medical College and Hospital Principal Dr. Sandeep Ghosh amid a CBI probe into the alleged rape and murder of a junior doctor. Following the Nabanna Abhiyan protests in the eastern Indian state of West Bengal, the state's leader of opposition Suvendu Adhikari met injured people, assuring all possible help. Indian Forest Department officials have made a unique breakthrough in Uttar Pradesh, nabbing 4 wolves that have killed 7 people and injured around 45 in past few weeks. The Governor of Reserve Bank of India, Shaktikant Das, has called for making Unified Payment Interface (UPI) and RuPay truly global and strengthen cross-border payment systems. Speaking at Global FinTech Fest in Mumbai, Das said the Reserve Bank of India is focusing on making the UPI and RuPay truly global based on encouraging response received from several jurisdictions. Christopher Waller, member of Federal Reserve Board of Governors of the United States, said that India's Unified Payments Interface has brought informalization to business sector by having small merchants connect to the payment system. The Reserve Bank of India plans to launch the Unified Lending Interface at national level to transform India's lending sector. The ULI was launched as a pilot project by the RBI in 2023. At close, the Sensex was up 349.05 points at 82,134.61. Nifty was up 99.70 points or 0.40% at 25,152. Gold futures maturing on October 4, 2024 stood at Rs 71,970 per 10 grams on the MCX after recording a jump of 0.32%. Silver futures maturing on September 5, 2024 witnessed a marginal hike of 0.61% and were retailing at Rs 84,490 per kg on the MCX. Indian rupee ended 10 paise higher at 83.86 per dollar on Thursday versus Wednesday's close of 83.99. US stocks fell ahead of quarterly report from Nvidia, Wall Street's centerpiece event of the week that could shatter or add fresh fuel to a rally driven by optimism around artificial intelligence. The S&P 500 lost 33.62 points to end at 5,592.18 points, while the Nasdaq Composite lost 198.79 points to 17,556.03. Oil prices steadied on Thursday after two losing sessions as supply concerns over Libya returned, while a smaller than expected draw in US crude inventory sapped demand expectations. Brent crude futures had edged up 3 cents to $78.68 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures were up 15 cents at $74.67. Terrorist group Houthi has agreed to allow tugboats and rescue ships to reach the damaged crude oil tanker in the Red Sea. This comes after Houthis attacked the Greek-flagged vessel last week. The Israeli military said on Thursday its troops killed 5 Palestinian fighters who were hiding inside a mosque in the West Bank city of Tulkarm. Washington announced sanctions on an Israeli settler group which, according to the State Department, was involved in violence against Palestinians and the forced displacement of some 250 villagers earlier this year. After US-EU seeks to sanction few Israeli ministers over violence against Palestinians, EU Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell said on Thursday asked member states about the possible sanctions. The United Nations World Food Programme has temporarily suspended movement of its employees across the Gaza after bullets struck one of its clearly marked vehicles as it approached an Israeli military checkpoint. UN spokesperson Stephen Dujarric said that the UN has long complained of obstacles to getting aid into Gaza amid total lawlessness in the enclave. A protest organized by the hostages' families Forum in Tel Aviv led a convoy of cars lined up on the road displaying signs demanding action for the release of hostages. The United Nations Security Council has unanimously voted to extend a long-running peacekeeping mission in Lebanon for another year. Deputy US Ambassador to the UN Robert Wood told the Council that extending UNIFIL's mandate is now more important than ever. Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance said that US should not micromanage Israel-Hamas conflict. Speaking at a rally in Wisconsin, J.D. Vance stressed that Israel shall be provided with precision weapons to defeat Hamas. Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris arrived in Georgia to begin a bus tour alongside her running mate Tim Walz. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz visited Liberty County High School as part of the Georgia bus tour and addressed students playing in the school band. The FBI has released new photos of the gun used to shoot Donald Trump during a July rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, as well as the backpack and explosives the shooter had in his car at the rally. Britain desires to reset its ties with the European Union, but this move does not mean reversing Brexit. While addressing the joint press conference with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer talked about closer relationship with the EU. Telegram boss and founder Pavel Durov has been placed under formal investigation in France as part of a probe into organized crime on the messaging app. President Ranil Wickremesinghe's manifesto for the 2024 presidential election was officially launched in Colombo today. A Hong Kong court found 2 editors of the now-defunct Stand News media outlet guilty of conspiring to publish seditious articles in a case that has drawn international scrutiny amid a security crackdown in the China-ruled city. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing on Thursday, wrapping up 3 days of wide-ranging talks aimed at easing tensions between the two world powers ahead of November's U.S. election. Speaking at the news conference, Jake Sullivan said that US President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping will likely be at G20 and APEC conference this year. All right, we'll slip into a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching Express News.
As our ecosystems change, we not only need to amplify our efforts to save them, but we also need to adapt our lives.
Today, everything grows here. At an altitude of 5,000 meters, we grow mushrooms, strawberries, watermelon and tomatoes. It's been made possible by the introduction of technology.
It's like with stocks. You diversify your portfolio to minimize risk. That's what we're trying to do with the mixed forest, too.
People's mindset is changing in favor of electric mobility, and I see huge success in the future as well.
Same eelgrass is one of the most important elements in the ecosystem along the Baltic Sea coast. It produces oxygen and provides habitat for smaller fish.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News. Some more stories. Typhoon Shanshan makes landfall in southwestern Japan. The typhoon has been categorized as strong with gusts of up to 60 meters per second. Typhoon Shanshan brought strong winds and heavy rain to southwestern Japan's Kumamoto. Authorities have warned that the storm could be one of the strongest ever to hit the region. Locals in vulnerable communities in eastern Bolivia have expressed concern over the lack of water and equipment to fight the fires raging in the region. The wildfires that burned through Brazil's southeastern state of Sao Paulo all weekend left a vast swathe of charred farmland in the city of Ribeirão Preto. The wildfires that scorched approximately 15 million hectares across Canada, about 4% of the country's forests, release more climate-warming carbon into the atmosphere. Sudanese people residing in the flood-stricken Toka city of Red Sea state have fled with what's left of their belongings and animals. Embankment along the Yom River of Sukhothai province has given way, causing widespread flooding. An emergency relief center was set up to coordinate the supply of food and drinking water to flood victims. Mudslide caused by heavy rainfall in Muang district of Phuket led to evacuation of residents at the foot of a deforested hill. An earthquake of a magnitude of 5.7 on the Richter scale has hit Afghanistan. No reports related of casualty due to earthquake. Earthquake of magnitude 6.1 struck off the coast of El Salvador on Thursday with no immediate reports of any deaths or damages. Hungary's Papatezza has transformed most parts of its village into sustainable structure. There are eco-friendly installations like the solar panels on the roof and water mill. Stars lit up the red carpet on the opening night of the Venice Film Festival. From Jenna Ortega, Amy Jackson to Taylor Russell and Catherine O'Hara, the festival saw many impeccably dressed celebs from the grand opening. The cast of Beetlejuice, including Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder, and an array of fresh faces arrived for the glitzy premiere on the Venice Lido. Heartwarming moments of cute giant pandas were captured enjoying a summer snuggle with the lazy bears, enjoying some chilled-out downtime together. The Art 021 Hong Kong Contemporary Art Fair, featuring nearly 90 galleries from 13 countries, was launched and will run until September 8th. Love Sculpture is one of the 9 exhibits displayed at Victoria Park, open to the public for free. Creative Macau held a collective exhibition featuring works by 29 artists. The exhibition started on August 27th, will run till September 28th. This year's theme is 21st century, and artists from different backgrounds are presenting their own expression and passion for art. After losing all his savings due to an economic crisis, Syrian trader Mahmoud Khoja has returned to his shop in Old Aleppo after 12 years. Although control of old Aleppo returned to the Syrian government in 2018, Khoja faced significant obstacles in reopening his shop. New York City's Seoul pollen monitoring station sits on a 15-foot high terrace at Fordham University. The paleoecologist has been collecting and analyzing pollen for over 25 years. New York City lab is one of approximately 84 pollen counting stations across the United States, according to the American Academy of Allergy. Thousands of people hurled tomatoes at each other in Bunol, eastern Spain, during the famous La Tomatina food fight festival. Thrilled people ended up swimming and rowing in tomato sauce. A pair of burial tombs from the time of the Roman Empire are being unveiled in southern Israel to the public after archaeologists were able to preserve the ancient artwork. The tomb's decorations include human figures, birds and other images from the plant and animal worlds. American spacecraft manufacturer SpaceX suffered a significant setback as its Falcon 9 rocket faced a major fire mishap. South Korean record label SM Entertainment announced that K-pop singer Tail has left due to an unspecified sexual crime allegation. The record label added currently Tail is fully cooperating with the police investigation and will provide further statements as the investigation progresses. Deadpool and Wolverine movie topped $1 billion at the global box office. It has been a global sensation across the world. Sigourney Weaver receives Lifetime Achievement Golden Lion Award at the Venice Film Festival opening. The Forge movie makes top 5 in box office debut, garners $6.6 million in ticket sales. Comedian Nikki Glaser is set to host the 82nd Global Globe Awards. The prestigious ceremony will be held on January 5, 2025. Angelina Jolie to be honoured with Tribute Award at Toronto International Film Festival on September 8 this year. The honour, presented by Anne-Marie Canning, recognises efforts in cinema and social work. Netflix has greenlit a second season of Owning Manhattan, the real estate series featuring Ryan Serhant. The new trailer of The Legend of Vox Machina is out. The third season will debut on Amazon Prime Video on October 3rd. Horror thriller film The Deliverance will hit the theatres tomorrow, directed by Lee Daniels. The horror film Afraid will premiere in theatres tomorrow, directed by Chris Waits. The film stars David Dastmalchian and Keith Carradine. Drama thriller series IC-814, The Kandahar Hijack, is out. The series is all about the hijacking of Indian Airlines Flight 814 from Kathmandu, Nepal to New Delhi. Japanese drama series Chastity High is out on Netflix. It's about an ultra-elite high school where any student caught in a romantic relationship faces immediate expulsion. The much-awaited Paris Paralympic Summer Games kicked off on Wednesday night. The 18th edition of Games will be held till 8th September. India's shuttlers Nitesh Kumar and Tulsimati Murugesan won their opening match of badminton mixed doubles event at the Paris Paralympics. India celebrated its National Sports Day on Thursday in honour of Major Dhyan Chand, the legendary hockey player whose unparalleled skills made him a global icon. India's Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Mansukh Mandaviya paid a floral tribute to hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand on the occasion of National Sports Day. In cricket, England player Joe Root reclaimed his spot as #1 Test batter in the latest ICC Men's Test batter rankings. West Indies fast bowler Shannon Gabriel has quit international cricket with immediate effect. The right-arm quick finished with 202 wickets across formats. Novak Djokovic advanced to the third round of the US Open after a grueling match ended early due to Laslo Djere retiring with an injury. A tenacious Andrei Rublev survived a marathon US Open encounter where He battled back from the 2 sets down to beat Arthur Rinderknecht. 2022 US Open champion Carlos Alcaraz will face Dutchman Botic van de Zandschulp in the second round of the tournament. Bangladesh has won the South Asian Football Federation Under-20 Championship after defeating host Nepal 4-1 in the final at Lalitpur. Alright, that's all. Alright, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.